So are you struggling with a driver, missing it left, missing it right, and having no idea what's causing it? All we did was a very simple grip change and a very simple setup change, and we were hitting it 20 yards further in the air, and it was so simple. So if you want to get better with your driver, you need to watch this lesson. This is going to be really interesting, Adrian, because at the moment, Adrian's got a two-way miss going, so a slice and a hook. And it's not going very high either as well. So it's kind of averaging around about 30 feet in height. So it's going really low. You're losing a load of distance by doing that. The launch angle is averaging just over 6 degrees. So that ball's coming off super low. If he moves to Scotland, where it's really cold and plays links golf all the time, you're going to be fine. But over here in California, it's not so good. So when we look at this here, let's come in and have a look at this. So we've now got what we call a strong grip. So what we mean by that is, and this is just the right hand, by the way, the right hand is a little bit too much round to the right. Now what this does, it makes the club face want to close. So Andy, if you can just have a look at that club face down there as well. So it makes the club face want to close, which obviously means it could go left, which is one of the bad shots that you're hitting. But also look at the loft. You've got a 10.5 M4 driver, and you're almost negative loft at this stage if it's pointing that far left. So the more you close the face, the more chance it's got of going left and the more chance it's got of going very low. So the first thing we have to do is we have to explore what would happen with a grip change. But where do you think that right hand should be going?
Probably more.
A bit more that way, absolutely. So what we're going to do is this thumb here might be the key for you. So you're bringing that round there. So it's almost like me and you now. Imagine we were shaking hands. Lift that thumb off. Imagine we're shaking hands. That's probably a good way for you to feel it. You mentioned a trigger finger before. We'll have a look underneath there so people at home can see this as well. It's a bit too big, that gap is there. So we just got a little bit of a gap there. Okay, so when we bring it down now, the key for you and for anyone watching is there's a V formed between this thumb and forefinger. If we can get it going up to this area here, in between your ear and your shoulder, that's a good place. How does that look, Andy?
It looks good. From the front now, you can see more of that V as opposed to the fingers. If we go underneath, this is where it used to be. We can see a lot of the fingers there. We want to get it in those fingers so we see more of the V there. That's perfect. It'll feel strange, this will as well. I always think going from to a weaker right-hand grip feels weird.
Yeah.
So if it feels strange, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the harder way to go, to be fair. Okay, let's just hit a few, see what we get. Interesting. Cool. This is good. Yeah, beautiful shot.
Nice shot.
Excellent shot. Still a bit low and still got that draw to it. Good. Okay.
I would bet as well, just ask Adrian this question because this is for the viewers at home.
Yep.
I bet I'm going to ask this question, was the first thing that you learnt about the grip was to join the hands together?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And that's where a strong grip, a strong right hand comes from. From doing that. So just demonstrate that for the viewers at home.
The club there, actually,
so what happens is, Piers, you just demonstrate how people go.
Come in from here like this, and it's almost like jam the interlock together like that, and then close the hand.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like that.
So that's what gets it to be.
Exactly.
As
If
opposed
you do that first,
Yeah, if you do want to interlock, I always like just saying, well, okay, go from here, make sure, be mindful of the club face is nice and square. Come in from this side as though you're shaking hands again, and then you close. So you're interlocking and closing at the same time, and obviously it's a lot more neutral there. So one thing we haven't mentioned at the beginning is that your path, when you're hitting the golf ball, is swinging out to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, a good few degrees. So if you just take your setup for me, okay? So if I just do this here, stay there, your shoulders aren't too bad, they're a little bit left of that. Just come and stand behind, stand where I was, and just imagine, obviously, if we're thinking about our fairway that we're trying to hit down there, it's definitely a bit to the right, isn't it?
I'm aiming, yeah.
Yeah, so let's just square you up a little bit and see what happens from there. So that's the next thing we're going to do. So or you haven't got to have your toes touching that, but you want to feel that the distance away from your toes to that stick is the same. And I'm going to go a little bit more. Definitely a better height.
That's more like the height that you want to see. Obviously that was a bit of a push, but that was definitely a more close to where you want to be height-wise. Nice.
Brilliant. Really, really good.
Take a few of those every round, that was good.
Yeah, really good. So, launch on that one was getting nearer 9 degrees. That's good, it's going up a little bit higher. And again, this is just the grip really taking account now. That one was 51 feet in height. So again, we're now starting to see the golf ball go a little bit higher. There's a couple of things we can do to see if we can get it going a little bit higher. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just get yourself set up to the golf ball. Okay, so you're ready to hit that one pretty much, yeah? So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to drop this through here at 90 degrees to your target line. pretty much, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So this shows us now where the ball is positioned relative to your feet.
Got
So if we have a look at this, your ball is probably positioned, so stay there. You've probably got about a golf ball, maybe even a golf ball and a half inside the lead heel. Imagine this, if we put the club, the ball position there, look at the loft on the face now. Even more de-lofted. So if you want to hit it really low, you might even want to do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so just do me a favor, let me jump in there and show you where we want to put this and what advantage you'll have of this.
You
So
come around
again-
the front here, Adrian, actually you'll see a better
Yeah,
picture
come
of
around
it.
there. So again, this is kind of where you're at. Again, we can see there's a certain amount of loft on that face now as a result of that ball position. If I just get my lead heel and get it here, just on the inside of this line here, this alignment stick, suddenly now the golf ball is later in my stance, nearer the target, which means hopefully when you hit this one, there's going to be a little bit more height on it. So we're going to get the launch angle up a little bit, and hopefully we get the height up.
Right.
It can affect the direction a little bit, so we're going to have to play that game and see what it can do, but let's hit a few just going from there. And then one thing that we just need to do, and you're just doing a little bit of playing around with the setup here, often this happens when you put the golf ball further forward, the shoulders want to open like this and go too far left. So I'm going to get you, there we go, good man, you knew what to do, you knew what to do. So now your shoulders are square to this here, they're running parallel to it,
Got it.
and that ball is further forward.
And look, if you want to be Adrian and have the chance to have a live lesson, hit that subscribe
Love that,
and hit the
love
like.
that, love
We'll
that.
choose one of you subscribers very soon.
All right, I like that. Good, just a bit on the bottom, that's fine. That was
Now,
mega.
we mentioned Rory McIlroy height. Adrian's a similar height to McIlroy, and that height, it'd be interesting to see what that was like.
107.6 feet.
Wow.
That's amazing. I mean, it's like it's just dead straight. I mean, it's a slight push, but look at that, look, it's still in the air. It's still in the air. And that's another 250 carry, that is.
Yeah.
Huge differences there in the setup. We've eliminated one side of the golf course and we're hitting it a lot further now. But look at the difference in the grip. We can see the right hand is a lot more neutral now on the after grip. And as far as the setup's concerned, look at the ball position further forward, and also we can see those shoulders are tilted very differently. Just by tucking that right elbow in, we can see they're a lot squarer and they're actually tilted a lot more up, which means, sir, you can now launch it and hit it straighter. So look, fantastic work from Adrian. Now look, if you want to improve your driving in some very simple steps, you need Total Driving, which puts you through a step-by-step guide to help you with your driving. Simply click here or download the Me and My Golf app. See you soon.